Hi everyone. This is my AEP 859 assignment number 2. As you can see by the pictures here, I'm going to be doing this assignment over a government class, and more specifically on political parties. The target students for this assignment are going to be regular senior government students. Here at Hayes High, we have two different types of government that seniors can take. One is an AP level, and one is a regular government level. This target students are not AP kids, which some of these students will be fairly high level students. Most of these students, however, majority of them will be mid to lower level students that don't or can't make the requirements or meet the requirements for a higher level AP government class. Even though a lot of these target students might have some pretty good test scores and GPAs, generally these are the types of students that their interest level in government and politics is fairly low or minimal. And then some of these target students have no background knowledge on political parties and very rarely watch news or keep up with government happenings. A lot of that might be due to the fact that maybe they don't have TV at home or they don't have internet at home, and the only time they get to look at political parties or hear maybe what's happening in the world is while they're at school. So those are the students that I will be targeting with this assignment. 3 class objectives here that I want to get through with this assignment. One is the student will identify the types of minor parties that have been active in American politics. Number 2, understand why minor parties are important despite the fact that none of them have ever won a presidential election. And then number 3, demonstrate an understanding of their political party by making a campaign commercial geared toward a specific minor party. As you can see here with this assignment, I'm going to focus more on minor parties than I am the 2 major political parties in the United States. How does this align with state standards? Through the state draft of social studies objectives for government, this project would fall under the category of politics, interest groups, and media objective. Sampling questions under this category are: how do personal values and beliefs influence who we vote for? Number 2, how does diversity and varied ideas and beliefs of a community affect the political system? And then number 3, how should we decide what to believe? So hopefully through these, once again, campaign commercials, we'll be able to address these objectives, class and state. Alright, so political campaign commercial here. Alright, with this assignment, students, you will need to basically research a current minor party that is in the United States. Keyword here is being current. There have been numerous minor parties that have existed historically, some of which you should have learned about in U.S. history. For instance, when you talked about the Progressive Era and Teddy Roosevelt, you probably talked about the Bull Moose Party. Down below the Bull Moose Party would be an example of a splinter party. By learning about these minor parties, you'll become aware of political parties that maybe you didn't know existed, and you'll be able to research why they exist. As we've talked about before, there are 4 types of minor parties. There are ideological parties, which are basically parties that believe in a totally different form of government than what we currently have. A lot of them include like Marxist ideas. Economic protest parties are parties that usually pop up during times of economic downside. Once the economy turns around, once again, a lot of the times these economic protest parties kind of do away with each other. Number 3 is a single issue party. There are a lot of issues in the United States, controversial issues in the United States anyway, whether you're talking about specific gun laws, marriage laws, laws dealing with certain drugs being legalized or not legalized. That would be an example of a single issue party. And then a splinter party, like I was talking about just a second ago, when Teddy Roosevelt broke away from the Republican Party and formed the Progressive Bull Moose Party. That would be an example of a splinter party, a party that breaks away from one of the two major parties. What I need you guys to do is you need to pair up with another student in the class. I want to let you guys pick your partners today because this is a project that I really want good cooperation on. So I want you to work with somebody that you feel comfortable working with. Once you have your partner, then you need to decide which one of you will be the presidential candidate and which one of you will be the vice presidential candidate. There's no right or wrong answer there. It's just whatever you guys decide to do. Basically, the workload is going to be the same for you regardless of which one you pick. Once you have decided, what I need you guys to do is open up your laptops, use the technology that's available for you, and I want you to research minor parties. When you research minor parties, or when you search for minor parties, you're going to find a pretty long list of them. What you need to do is, once you look through that list, you need to pick one and tell me which one it is that you want to do your project on, so I can okay it, and then we'll go from there. I do not want you, however, to start researching minor parties and pick the first one you find. So therefore, what I need you guys to do is, I need you to look at and research 5 minor parties before you decide on whichever one that you want to go with. I want to make sure that you are aware and research a few or 5 of them before you pick one, simply so you make a good decision for you and your partner. Once you have picked your political party, this is kind of what I want you to focus on during your research. When you're looking at your minor party, I want you to look at what is the function of your minor party. It kind of goes back to the 4 different minor parties that we were talking about a little bit. Is it a single issue? Is their function to bring light or shed light on a major issue or something that they feel is important? Is it a splinter party? Is it a party that maybe you have a candidate that can't quite get the number of votes, so you're going to break away and try and run as a third-party candidate? Is it a different ideology altogether? Is it an economic protest party? Look and see whatever minor party you choose, what the function of it is. Number 2 kind of goes along with the same thing here, the purpose of the party. Function and purpose to me are kind of the same thing, but once again, purpose is why they came into existence. Is the issue a big enough issue that Americans are going to notice it or not? Number 3, ideals and platforms. As a candidate, something that we've talked about before is choosing a platform on which you're running. Choosing ideals that are essential to the livelihood of your political party and sticking with them. So what are the ideals and platform of your minor party? Number 4, you could possibly discuss the 2-party system a little bit. Know that the 2-party system is the dominant system that we have in the United States, but also know that your political party is going to have an important role, which is number 5. Know what the importance of that minor party or what your minor party is. Once again, kind of knowing the overall function of your political party will help you with this. Step 4, once you've chosen your party and you've kind of researched and read through what your party is all about, here's the information that I want in your campaign commercial. First of all, I want your slogan to appear at some point in time during your commercial. Most minor parties will have some sort of slogan which they run on. So I want you guys to either use the slogan for your minor party, or you can maybe come up with a slogan on your own. Number 2, in your commercial, you need to tell me the platform of which you are running for political office. Make sure it matches that to the platform of your minor party. Number 3, the ideals of the party itself need to be addressed in your commercial. Number 4, you need to mention in the commercial when the party came into existence. Some parties have been around, some minor parties have been around for a really long time. Some have been pretty short-lived. Number 5, you need to tell us what type of party it is. Once again, splinter, economic protest, so forth. Number 6, I would like to see a symbol of your minor party. An example of that would be that Democratic Party uses the donkey as their symbol. Republican Party uses the elephant. So you need to have a symbol for your political party, which most minor parties already do. And then number 5, I want you to dress professionally. I want you to address your commercial to a specific place. So for instance, if your commercial is going to be ran in very rural areas, then I want you to dress appropriately. You know, maybe blue jeans, a button-up shirt tucked in. If you're addressing your commercial to a more urban base, then maybe wearing some sort of suit or suit coat tie would be appropriate as well. Last step here is once you have all the information and you have your commercial written out and you are ready to produce it, using the production studio here at Hayes High School, you and your partner need to make a 30-second campaign commercial. Using the technology we have down in our TV production part of our high school, making a commercial should be a fairly easy thing to do. Make sure that you once again incorporate all the requirements. Feel free to get as creative as you possibly can with this. Like I said, the commercials need to be 30 seconds. The commercials that you make will be aired on Channel 13, which is the Hayes High TV channel, and your commercials will be added to the Hayes High website for viewing. Once all the commercials have been added to the website, we'll have a spot where the whole student body can view them if they choose to, and we'll have an online vote that will be held for all students that want to participate as well. To show maybe which students they thought maybe did the best on their commercials, or which students maybe that they would vote for because of the quality of their videos that they made. How does this assignment meet objectives? I have with this assignment, I can tie in personal beliefs about politics and how people come to those beliefs by looking at specific beliefs of minor parties or on minor parties. I also have that students will learn how personal values and beliefs influence who they vote for by listening to commercials about minor parties. Once again, I think a lot of this will be seen by how they view each other's commercials and how the student body views their commercials. And then number 3, students will be able to identify current minor parties in the United States and the importance of them through issues that they focus on. Last slide, how do the objectives of the assignment align with the curriculum for your class and prepare students for the rest of your course or for the next year? With senior government being a class of students that are either 18 at the moment or will be turning 18 in the very near future, getting students active in government and getting students active in politics is something that I think that we need to do as teachers. One of the greatest civic duties that we have as American citizens and greatest responsibilities is being able to vote and being able to decide who our leaders are. So by doing this assignment, it will get students interested in politics and maybe get them thinking about what exactly their beliefs are, what their ideologies are, what their civic duties is. It might allow them to participate in political activities. It'll also prove how much just one single issue can really change politics as a whole, whether you're talking historically about women's suffrage or whatever. And the last thing, it allows students to think critically. Maybe students won't just accept the views of their peers or their parents. Maybe they'll question themselves and look into themselves and decide what political views are to them, what's important to them. And that is my assignment number 2. Thank you.